iOS 26.1 is finally here, the first big update to the new iOS 26. And of course, it brings a lot of new features and changes, and overall, it is an amazing update. Now, of course, with these new updates, there will be also new settings that you need to change on your device and make sure you have them configured the right way. There are also other important settings that you need to also make sure that you have configured the right way on your device. So in this video, I will show you guys 12 settings that you must change on your iOS 26.1 device. Now, before we get into all that, I just want to ask you guys for a really quick favor. Most of you guys that watch my videos are still not subscribed to the channel, so if you enjoy the videos, you find them helpful, and you want to see more of them, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel a lot. Now, we're starting things off with the phone app. Now, with the phone app on iOS 26.1, we have a new setting that I think will be useful for a lot of people. So let's just find the phone settings here. Now, if we scroll all the way here, we will see a new option called haptics. Now, what it does is that it will give you a haptic feedback every time your call is connected or dropped. So you're calling someone, you're dialing the number, and once it's connected, it will give you a haptic feedback. So if you don't have your phone at your ear, you're keeping it in your hand, you know that your call has been connected. Or the same thing, it will do that when it's dropped, so it's actually very useful. Moving next under privacy and security, and we also have here a new option. So head on to privacy and security and scroll all the way down here. And there it is. You will find here a new section for background security improvements. You enable it right here, and basically background security improvements provides protection to your iPhone in between software updates. So let's say from iOS 26.1 to iOS 26.2, there will be background security improvements that will be released for your device. In the meantime, you don't want to miss those, because a lot of those, if not all of them, are actually very, very important and crucial for your device and the security of your data. So what you want to do is make sure that you have this enabled right here. That way, all the security improvements will be installed automatically in the background, which are really important, but at the same time, you don't have to bother with them. You just enable it right here and they're automatically installed on your device. Next up, we're moving to the camera settings. We also have a new option here that you can choose to enable or disable, but a lot of people might want to see this and enable it on their devices. So right here we have a lock screen swipe to open camera. A really old feature that has been around for a really long time, but a lot of people don't want it because we already have a button on the lock screen to actually invoke the camera, and you also have the slide from the right to the left, which most of the time will just be enabled. It will actually open the camera by accident, just consuming an unnecessary battery. So what you can do now is go to the camera settings and turn that off. That way you won't allow the camera to be opened by sliding on the lock screen. Now, probably one of the biggest changes to iOS 26.1 is the ability to now choose how you want to use liquid glass, whether you want a full liquid glass effect on your UI or not. So now you will have the option to actually choose it by going under the display and brightness settings. And then right here we have the liquid glass designs that we can choose. The clear one, which is basically the default one that you have on iOS and you had it until iOS 26.1, or the tinted. And you can see right there how it changes. So it basically gives you a preview of how the UI will look on your device once you have changed this setting. So if you think your device is running a bit slower or you're not having that great of a battery, you can just choose tinted and it will tone down that liquid glass effect. Now, with iOS 26.1, Apple has added another really cool effect or feature, whatever you want to call it, for your timers and alarms on the lock screen. You probably have seen that until now. It is called slide to stop. So you slide across the screen to stop an alarm or a timer. But a lot of people don't want to do that. And Apple has allowed us to actually disable it. You can disable it simply by going under the accessibility settings, then go to touch right here, and then right here you will have something called prefer single touch actions. If you enable this, that slide to stop will actually be turned into a button which just says stop, and you can go ahead and simply stop the alarm or the timer from there. Next up, we're talking about local capture. Now we have new settings here for local capture, and you can find them under the general settings. So you go here and you will find audio only and save location. Now what I think you should change here is the save location. You have to choose in which location you want to save your local captures. Whether you want to save them locally right here, as you can see, you can go ahead and choose any different folder on the Files app, and all of them will be saved right there. So you specify a location where you want your captures to be saved. And now let's move on to some other settings that I think are really important that you must have configured the right way on your iOS 26.1 device. First of all, under battery, go to power mode right here. Make sure you have enabled adaptive power and also adaptive power notifications. Now with iOS 26, Apple has introduced adaptive power, which is a great new feature that will basically adjust the way the battery works based on what you're doing on your device, and it should actually save the lifespan of your battery, so make sure you have this enabled. Another thing you must do is change the format to which your screenshots are saved. As you probably know, we have a section for screenshots on iOS 26. It's under the general settings. So right here we have screen capture. Now what you want to do here is choose SDR. Most people will be fine with this. A lot of times, if not most of the times, we will only use the screenshots on our devices, and it's perfectly fine using SDR. They look great. Using HDR will save the screenshots with a really high quality, but also the size of the screenshots is really big, and it will take up a ton of space on your iPhone. It's probably like 3 to 4 times bigger than SDR. That's why I suggest you switch to the SDR format right here, which is the most compatible, also takes less space. Moving back to the camera settings, go to the camera settings, scroll down here, and you have an option called lens cleaning hints. This one is also very useful. Make sure you have it enabled. What it does is that it will give you hints on your camera preview when you open the default camera app and the lenses are not clean. That way you know you need to clean the lens and of course take the best pictures with your device. One of the big features of iOS 26 is of course screen calling with the phone app, so make sure you have this enabled as well. So you can choose here a few options, so you will have ask the reason for calling or silence, like based on what you prefer, but you have this really useful feature now with the phone app, and it will actually save you a ton of time by just screening all the unknown calls that will come to your iPhone. Now you can do the same with the Messages app as well. So if you use iMessage, you can screen unknown senders right here. It will hide notifications and move messages to an unknown senders list. So you will still find the messages there, but it won't interrupt you with any of course, notifications and all that stuff. So any unknown sender sending you messages will be on the list of the unknown senders. And as always, with every one of these videos, I suggest that whenever you update your device is also the time to go ahead and take a quick look at your privacy and security settings. Anything here from tracking, take a look at the list of the apps right here. Make sure that no app that shouldn't be there is there. And you will have things like, of course, your contacts, your files here, your photos, and then things like your local network, your camera, your Bluetooth, your microphone. Just make sure you have checked all of these sections right here and make sure only the apps that you actually intend to allow there are there, and the other ones should of course be disabled. So that's basically it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, smash that like button and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys on the next one.